Now at 5, the Salvation Army Red Kettle Media Challenge is underway as we take a live look at the Walmart on 7th Street in Joplin. Plus, Missouri now requires age verification to access adult websites, and
top military officials brief lawmakers on the U.S. strikes on suspected drug boats. I'm Erica Brown on Capitol Hill with reaction to the classified briefing.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
A first of its kind nuclear reactor could be coming to Parsons, Kansas. This is KOIM News. I'm Dow Quick. Deep Fission, a company that makes small advanced nuclear reactors, has chosen the Great Plains Industrial Park location in Parsons to build a test version of its new underground reactor. According to the company, the reactor is unique because it'll be placed a mile underground using the earth itself for safety and protection. Deep Fission will hold a groundbreaking ceremony on December 9th, and pending the Department of Energy's authorization, the company aims to finish construction of its first reactor by this coming July 4th. If the test goes well, they plan to build a larger, full-scale project at the same site. Missouri's new age verification rule for adult websites is now in effect, requiring users to prove they're 18 or older before accessing explicit content. Supporters say the change is aimed at keeping minors from viewing material that could affect their mental and emotional development. Some parents tell us the rule is a step in the right direction, but it doesn't replace the need for monitoring at home.
It's very scary because not everybody's intentions on the internet is the same as your own. It's sad that we live in a society where you have to monitor everything, but also parental controls help too, to monitor what websites their kids are getting on.
If a site does not comply with the new rule, lawsuits can be filed for civil liability with damages of up to $10,000 per violation. Meteorologist Austin Stantz joins us live from Joplin's 7th Street Walmart, where the Red Kettle Media Challenge is underway.
Yeah, thanks, Dow. So we are here on a chilly but joyful evening at Walmart on East 7th Street as we are doing the bell ringing challenge out here. I'm joined by Captain Deb, who has been a wonderful part of this process. Tell me what it means to be a part of this and what it means to you and to the community.
You know, when the community comes together and people donate their time, they donate their money, it helps us do what we do year round. And all the donations stay local, which is wonderful to be able to help our neighbors in need.
And through this process, what is the most meaningful part to you?
I just love the joy that people share. It gives people hope, and it just really shares the reason for the season.
Absolutely. And obviously, you're donating time. You're out here. It's chilly. And the folks that are coming out here as well to donate their time, to donate to others, we're seeing that it's such an incredible experience.
It is.
How has that grown over the years that you've been a part of this?
You know, each community we've been in, it's just so wonderful to see the community come together. And it's just a great time of year to just get festive and in the mood for the season and to give back.
It absolutely is. Well, thank you so much, Captain Deb. We are going to continue to be out here at the Walmart on East 7th Street as we are doing, as I mentioned, the bell ringing challenge out here, and we will continue to bring you live coverage. But coming up, we're going to talk about the weather and what it's going to be like here outside and what you can expect ahead. Dow?
All right, Austin, thanks. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth is facing scrutiny after a new watchdog report concluded his use of an unsecured app to send sensitive information about a mission back in March could have harmed military personnel. The findings were released the same day that top military officials briefed lawmakers about a controversial strike on an alleged drug boat near Venezuela that Hegseth has defended as the right call. Erica Brown reports now from Capitol Hill.
Do you accept responsibility for the incident, sir?
Navy Admiral Frank Bradley and Joint Chiefs of Staff Chairman Dan Kane went to Capitol Hill Thursday to brief select lawmakers and show them video of a second strike on an alleged Venezuelan drug boat behind closed doors.
What I saw in that room was one of the most troubling things I've seen in my time in public service. You have 2 individuals in clear distress with a destroyed vessel who were killed by the United States.
while some question the legality of firing on shipwreck survivors, other lawmakers say the video shows the strike was lawful.
I saw two survivors trying to flip a boat loaded with drugs bound for the United States back over so they could stay in the fight.
Lawmakers also said Admiral Bradley told them there had not been an order to kill them all. That contradicts Washington Post reporting, quoting an anonymous source, saying before the first strike, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth ordered that no one be spared.
Admiral Bradley made the correct decision to ultimately sink the boat and eliminate the threat.
Secretary Hegseth's leadership is also under scrutiny following a Pentagon Inspector General report about his decision to share information about a U.S. bombing mission on an unsecure messaging app. The Pentagon's internal watchdog concluded that Hegseth's actions in March created a risk to operational security that could have resulted in failed U.S. mission objectives and potential harm to U.S. pilots, although it also noted that Hegseth has the authority to declassify information. Erica Brown, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
In a social media post, Hegseth wrote, "No classified information, total exoneration, case closed." Excitement is building in the nation's capital for the highly anticipated final draw for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. The star-studded event takes place tomorrow at the Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C. It determines the matchups for the 48 teams that qualify for the tournament next summer, co-hosted by the U.S., Canada, and Mexico. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy said some 6 million people are expected, and work is underway to ensure they're safe and that transit goes smoothly.
A lot of people are going to travel by airplane between the host cities. We are clearing the skies, clearing the decks, making sure air travel is going to be seamless. The FAA is already working on that. The one thing we can't control is the weather, so if we have weather issues that pop up, I don't have any control on that.
The 2026 FIFA World Cup begins in June with matches held in 16 cities. The final game takes place in July at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Still ahead, buying and selling in 2025.
It's live shopping for the digital age. I'm Jared Hill with how the new frontier of e-commerce is helping some smaller businesses stay afloat.
And next in Health Watch, vets test human weight loss drugs on overweight cats in a groundbreaking study. Topping today's Health Watch, people with diabetes, especially young adults, face a higher risk of sudden cardiac death. A study in Denmark found while the condition is rare, sudden cardiac death is 3.7 times more likely among people with type 1 diabetes and 6.5 times more common for people with type 2 diabetes. The research also found people with diabetes have a shorter life expectancy on average. The popularity of GLP-1 weight loss drugs is taking the turn to our pets. Researchers are now testing them, a real major scientific clinical trial, to see if those same drugs can help pets lose weight. Ashur Karashi has a look at how implants might soon get America's fat cats to slim down.
I'm just gonna let him break it.
Savannah Tilking's 10-year-old cat Runkle is sweet, sassy, and loves to eat.
How much does Runkle weigh?
Last time I weighed him, he weighed 21 pounds.
And he doesn't love anything involving physical activity.
He spends most of his days sleeping.
He's a lounger.
He's a lounger.
And Runkle is far from alone. Experts say roughly 6 in 10 cats in the U.S. are carrying too much weight.
In veterinary medicine for the last 100 years, the only prescription we had was feed less, exercise more, and that just doesn't work for all types of obesity.
Dr. Ernie Ward, a top pet obesity expert, says vets may be entering a new frontier, using GLP-1 drugs like Ozempic to treat obese cats. San Francisco-based Okava Pharmaceuticals just launched Meow 1, a clinical study that will utilize a tiny under-the-skin implant in 50 cats to release a GLP-1 medication drug over 6 months. Dr. Ward says the benefits could go well beyond weight loss, pointing to human data that shows improvement in diabetes risk and long-term health.
And that's why we're so excited, because when we look at, especially in cats, one of the biggest health threats is obesity and then diabetes.
And what's the biggest unknown that still keeps you cautious?
The first, of course, is efficacy. Does it work safely? The second are the side effects. And then the third is the cost.
Okava says it's aiming for about $100 a month. Results from the Meow 1 trial are expected next summer, with the company seeking FDA approval for cat use in the next 2 years, with dogs not far behind.
So I think that if my vet came to me and was like, he's diabetic, we've tried everything else, we should consider that, then most definitely.
If it works, chunky cats like Runkle could get their own Ozempet moment. Usher Qureshi, CBS News.
And that is a look at today's health news. A little bit later, live shopping streams are exploding and making sellers serious money.
I'm tracking very chilly temperatures as we head into the evening. I'll have all the details on how long we can expect these winter type conditions to last. Well, it is a chilly evening here at the Walmart on 7th Street, where we are taking part in the Red Kettle Challenge for the Salvation Army, where they're doing the most good, taking donations for those families in need during this holiday season. But as I mentioned, it is a chilly evening out here. Clear, actually a beautiful sunset, but very chilly. Let's take a look at those current temperatures right now. We're seeing temperatures right now in the 30s, 32 in Joplin, 36 in Miami right now, 34 in Neosho. And then what we can expect going forward this evening, well, we're taking a look at the Skywatch Storm Tracker right now. What you'll notice is that cloud cover that we saw earlier this morning has since left the area. So clear conditions as we head throughout tonight. That is good news. Let's take a look at what we can expect for these temperatures. As we head into that 8 o'clock hour, we'll notice that temperatures start falling into the 20s, making our way to around 7, 8 o'clock this evening. Then take a look at what it's going to feel like headed into the late evening and overnight hours. Check this out. By 10 p.m. this evening, it's going to feel like 25 degrees in Webb City, 23 in Fort Scott, 20 degrees in Yates Center. So while it's clear and dry, we are talking about some really chilly, still winter-like conditions that we can expect, with those temperatures continuing to fall this evening into the teens off to the north. Anywhere from 18 to 19 degrees is what it's going to feel like this evening. We're not expecting winds very high tonight, but take a look at our Indigo Sky Cam this evening. Again, we saw a beautiful sunset after those clouds cleared out of the area tonight. But overnight, we're going to expect temperatures to drop to around 23 degrees. A few passing clouds out there tonight. Tomorrow, things are looking fairly nice once again. 48 degrees, mostly sunny. We'll be at 42 by that lunch hour, so we'll be getting out of those 20s pretty quick. Let's talk about the chance for some precipitation. That's going to arrive on Saturday, but by no means is this going to be a widespread rain event. We're just going to see a few scattered showers during the evening hours and overnight. Let's time that out for you and what you can expect. As we make our way into right around the noon hour, we're still seeing some sunny conditions, temperatures in the upper 40s for your Saturday. Headed into the evening hour, early evening hours, that's when you begin to see that moisture pick up and cloud cover begins to move into the area. Notice here we see some showers, Iola, Fort Scott, maybe a scattered shower or two. But again, by no means is this going to be a widespread event. That's actually going to pass and clear out as we head into your Sunday. And then clouds begin to clear out once again. We'll start to see a mostly clear day for Sunday as we make our way into the afternoon hours. Let's take a look at that 10-day forecast here. So we're taking a look, 52 degrees on Saturday. It's going to feel really great out there on Saturday, especially with those clear skies to start the day. Clouds not moving in until the late afternoon. And then we're back down in temperature once again on Sunday. But I'll tell you what, guys, temperatures are headed in the right direction. As we make our way into Monday, we're back up to 48. Into next week, Tuesday, 55, and then on Wednesday and Thursday, we're talking about temperatures in the 60s, Dow.
Wow, that sounds good. Again, we're collecting there at the 7th Street Walmart in Joplin and at the North Broadway Walmart in Pittsburgh until 7 tonight. Hope to see a lot of people out there. Austin, stay warm. We'll check back with you a little bit later. Thanks. Fort Scott community is gearing up for its 3rd annual Christmas on the Bricks Festival. That event officially kicks off tonight with a parade followed by festival activities through the weekend. Organizers say planning a celebration of this size takes months with a dedicated team working to bring everything together. This year's festival introduces a country Christmas concert at the Liberty Theater tomorrow night, along with returning carriage rides and a brand new hay climb near the downtown skating rink.
First of all, it's a great feeling to know that this is our downtown area. It brings the community together. It takes a lot of man hours and different people helping to bring this all together, but it brings retail, it brings attention to our town, it's great for our restaurants, and overall it's just great for our community to get to experience this in our own town.
That festival runs now through December 7th in downtown Fort Scott. Coming up, shoppers now bid on items in real time through live video streams. Topping today's Consumer Watch, e-commerce has made shopping so much easier for a lot of people, but sometimes you want to just see how the clothes fit, the details of the fabric, or maybe how a gadget works before you actually buy it. Well, live stream shopping can actually help with all of that. Jared Hill shows us how it's also helping small businesses stay afloat and even grow.
Here we go, $10 start, 20-second sudden death.
Welcome to online shopping to the max.
Good grab. Thank you, dude.
In less than half an hour, Justin Fredrickson auctions off more than 100 collectible comic books through the live shopping app Whatnot.
You can move a lot more product quickly.
Especially on an otherwise quiet Monday in his real-world comic store in Brooklyn.
She's really pretty.
Whatnot, sometimes described as QVC meets social media, launched in 2019.
It kind of combines, again, like a lot of the greatest parts about shopping of having this really interpersonal connectivity and do that from the comfort of your home.
Armand Wilson, the company's VP of categories, says they've seen traffic explode. On average, users spend more than 80 minutes a day watching live streams, and that translates to dollar signs.
This year alone, we've surpassed over $6 billion in live sales.
It's big on TikTok. Major American retailers are also looking to cash in on live stream commerce, which originated in Asia, but is still only a sliver of the U.S. market.
In this country, live commerce sales have reached $50 billion 2023, expected to grow by more than a third in 2026.
At New York Comics,
and for 20 minutes, we did, $1,000 in sales.
Very bad.
It's not terrible.
Justin and his wife Louise credit their stream sales for helping them open a brick and mortar store earlier this year.
They're both about building community, like building community in the neighborhood here and also online.
Even as some of the biggest live stream vendors close their doors to go all in online. Jared Hill, CBS News, New York.
Now, despite some of the optimism around live shopping, in 2022, Meta pulled the plug on the feature for Facebook. President Trump announced a proposal to weaken vehicle mileage rules for the auto industry. If it's finalized next year, the plan would significantly reduce fuel economy requirements through the 2031 auto model year. Those requirements set rules on how far new vehicles need to travel on a gallon of gasoline. The move is the latest by the Trump administration to reverse Biden-era policies that encourage cleaner running cars and trucks. Final check of the forecast up next. Up next on the CBS Evening News, after a 5-year manhunt, the FBI arrested a suspect in the planting of pipe bombs near the Capitol hours before the January 6th insurrection. Tonight, how they finally broke that case. Then on KOIM News at 6, we're going to have a lot more about Missouri's sensitive website law, plus Christmas tree farmers gear up for sales across the 4 states. And in sports, a preview of Fairland football in the Oklahoma State playoffs. Stay with us, CBS Evening News, and then KOIM News at 6. Let's check back in with meteorologist Austin Stantz. He's at Joplin's 7th Street Walmart for the Red Kettle Media Challenge. Austin.
Yeah, thanks, Dow. So we are seeing some really chilly conditions tonight, and it is December, so cold weather should be expected, but Mother Nature is sending some warmer conditions our way. Let's take a look at the 10-day forecast here. As after we make our way through the weekend, Sunday gets a little bit chilly, but starting Monday, temperatures are headed in the right direction. 48 Monday. By the middle of the week, Dow, we're talking about 61 degrees.
Austin, thanks. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you right back here at 6. Let's make it a great evening.